Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we go. Game number 3, HFZ versus Vega Squadron. Winner moves on to the semifinals. Loser is done here in the single elimination StarLadder I-League Invitational Season number 4 CIS qualifying match. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Tsunami here.
10 seconds.
It's been a hell of a series so far, for sure, especially that game number 2, a 60-plus minute game, 3 Divine Rapiers in total. Ultimately, the team that had more Divine Rapiers actually ended up losing. Go figure. And thus, Vega Squadron forcing the third and final game. So, excited to see what happens in this one. Interesting start. We have an Elder Titan into an Undying pick. That's not your average starting picks here coming out. So.
Yeah, CIS has just been up to no good so far, based off of the previous series and this series. They've got their own ideas about the game. Though the bans are still more predictable than what we've been seeing in the past. Omni-Knight targeted ban after they lose to it in game 2, and it was a hell of a performance from Blizzy. He, like I said in the laning phase, I hope he goes for defensive items, and damn, he really did. He had the Aghanim Scepter, he had the Refresher Orb, he went for an Octarine afterwards.
Yeah. That
Storm Spirit was untouchable, and that helped them protect their tier 3s, and then after that, their Gyrocopter became untouchable with just like half a minute of spell immunity with Repel talent at 25.
Remaining.
So well played by Vega Squadron. They held through, and it was a big gambit in my opinion for G to go for that auto remnant talent as opposed to this overload spell immunity. But I think that was a game-winning idea to go for not the spell immunity, because I mean, like whenever I saw it at first, I was like, but they're 2 BKBs, and how are you going to kill this Monkey King and Shadow Fiend? But G recognized that he just needed to stall long enough for Gyrocopter to just become incredibly powerful.
Yeah. That was great decision making, adapting to the game, and thus the victory for Vega Squadron. So, picks to come here. You have HFZ is actually starting pretty similar to the last game. They have the Elder Titan Winter Wyvern, and those 2 heroes. The previous game as well, of course. They also had a Bane, but that's going to be banned out from Vega Squadron, at least one of the initial bans there. You have Omni-Knight Response, of course, from HFZ, talking about that. And now they even banned the Storm Spirit, so now we're starting to get into the, all right, let's react more to the previous game
10 seconds
kind of bans
Cool.
here.
Still haven't seen G Quap yet. It's always a treat to get some G Quap.
G Quap, the famed G Quap. Yeah, I haven't seen Gwyn Pain at all today, actually. And now our 6th game of the day. Both of our series happening to go all 3 games the distance here. Been nice surprise, honestly. Again, we came into today expecting maybe a couple of 2-0 victories for the team.
2 quick 2-0s. This was gonna be a quick day, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna get some lunch and something like that. I was gonna catch a matinee of Last Jedi, but no, that all goes out the window. But I can't complain.
Yeah, we got some fun high octane Dota. We got a Life Stealer ban as well with the Sand King, and now HFZ just needs to think about their 5th ban until the next set of picks. So we'll see what direction they decide to go in here. But yeah, seeing the Undying again. We mentioned it in the previous series. A very good at run-at-you hero, especially in the early laning phase. So if you're Vega Squadron,
5 seconds
expecting to maybe get another hero that would have nice synergy with that, I guess. Perhaps an aggressive dual lane.
One thing that surprises me is I'm very surprised at how much Spearbreaker fell off. Spearbreaker was a hero that was kind of gaining a little bit of momentum, not last patch, but maybe like 2 or 3 patches ago, but he just completely fell off. And that was, to me, very surprising, because I think one of the most underrated aspects of 7.0 Dota is how high teleport scroll cooldown is. And it's so much of an investment for support heroes or even mid laners to rotate during this laning phase, because it's a commitment. Like, once you go to another lane, you can't, quickly rotate from lane to lane to lane. And so I'm surprised that heroes like Spearbreaker fell off. Like, Nightstalker is in the same vein, and Nightstalker is incredibly popular right now, completely uncontested in these 2 series. But it's those kinds of heroes that I find to be the most powerful in post 7.0 Dota, and at least in terms of roamers.
Yeah.
But Spearbreaker seems to have fallen off, and Undying, he's, like we said, he's a great dual mid option and just an overall lane winner.
Ooh, Wraith King coming out. Not your everyday pick either, but a little bit of difference here. And haven't got the chance to see a lot of Wraith King personally ever since that he got that addition basically with the whole skeleton. So I'm
10
intrigued to
seconds
see that
remaining.
here from Vega Squadron.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice sometimes, but
5
it's nice whenever
seconds
the enemy team
remaining.
is purely single target. They got
Dire
Flak
team
Cannon,
back.
they've got Call Down, they've got Splinter Blast, and they've got Astral Spirit. So these skeletons are just going to be free gold. There must be some strategy in mind with this Wraith King, but I have no idea what it is right now, because right now, this Wraith King, he's now been picked into a PL, so he's going to have mana
10
issues almost
seconds
certainly.
remaining.
This is a confident pick.
That is a
5
good point,
seconds
actually.
remaining.
Yeah, Diffusal play, no doubt going to be the option here for PL. And Wraith King will have to deal with the lack of mana issue. So until he's at least level, I want to say it's level 20.
Yeah, it used to be a 25, but it got bumped down to 20.
So it gets at a level 20. But until that point, he could be in trouble as far as getting that reincarnate off. Of course, pending the Diffusal pickup, because up until then, they won't have mana burn, to be fair. Unless their final pick goes for that. But, you know, with them going the PL there, actually, you do look at HFZ and
Radiant team
what they're running
back.
so far. I don't know what to expect with their final. I guess Nyx Assassin could have been a decent option. Possible offlaner or even a position 4, depending on where you run the Electric Titan. But, yeah, so going to be either a 3 or 4 for HFZ in the final spot.
Yeah, I'm guessing ET is going to be offlane
10
again.
seconds
Wyvern's
remaining.
probably going to be the 5, so you're looking for some sort of 4 position to go up against.
5 seconds
I'm
remaining.
assuming someone to dual mid with PL. Wyvern could do it, but I think some other hero would be more fitting for HFZ.
Thinking about their ban now. Yeah, by the way, too.
I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, I still feel like the Night Stalker could be good. I don't know why
Radiant
Night Stalker
team
just hasn't been being picked
Oh, he's banned.
in either of these series.
Night Stalker is
Oh,
banned.
you're right. Oh, he was the first man. Okay, never mind that.
Way up there.
Dire
Him, I'm the
team
Spear
pick.
Breaker. You're just talking about that. Rubik is instead
Okay.
going to. Wow, this is a really quick. Okay, they
Choose
go
your
Tinker. The G Tinker.
Mid Tinker.
Great against PL. Those
Well,
lasers.
It kind of goes both ways
True.
because PL can doppelganger off the laser blind, and so in the laning phase it may be a little bit tricky for Tinker. I mean, Shaman has amazing base damage, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be helping out the Wraith King. Undying is going to be the one that goes mid with Tinker. But I mean, if Vega could, I think you send Shaman mid this game. With, I mean, not alone, but like with Tinker. I think you send Shaman.
I
Tinker
was like,
mid.
really? We're seeing this? This is it? Oh.
No.
Okay. So send Shaman mid to protect the
10
Tinker.
seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
because normally I'm pretty sure they were planning on sending Undying mid, but Undying
seconds
isn't
remaining.
really going to be able to do that much to protect Tinker, I don't think. But I don't know. It depends on how G likes to play it, because more often than not these days we're actually seeing March being taken much later than usual on Tinkers, and seeing much more priority put onto Rockets and Laser. But against a Phantom Lancer, I don't think Rockets are going to be very useful, because again, they can be doppelgangered out. And so I think G is going to go for a Heavy March. But if you go for Heavy March, then that means that your lane presence suffers heavily because you can't spam out the enemy.
All right, game number 3. Excited for this one. Again, single elimination format, as I was going to suggest there too. As we're loading in, again, obviously there's all these other regions happening as well. This week, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you got Europe and South America also to happen. Europe, in fact, happening at the same time, I believe. Penta did defeat Planet Dog earlier today in Mouse Sports in 5ANC.
Oh yeah, that's true. Planet Dog or Planet Dog again, because Hellraisers dropped them.
Oh, yeah, that's where I knew that team from. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I know that name, but
Yeah.
Give it on
They
the
were
spot.
the EU qualifiers for TI7.
wow. So, yeah, Planet Dog getting knocked down. They do have, obviously, they no longer have Swift ending. Ditya Ra, looks like, was their position.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing with there, but getting knocked out by Penta Sports, who frankly is a. If I had to create a tier list for the top European teams right now, obviously you have Liquid and Secret at the top, but after that it does start to get a little bit murky in my opinion. You got Kingwin, I think you got to put them up there with the success
Definitely.
recently. But then I would throw Penta as a top 5 team for sure in the European region. They've been looking pretty good. They have the roster of Skitter, 9, Boogie, DNZ, and RMN are their players. So names that maybe.
And they've been a roster for quite a while, and so as we all know, sticking together can kind of give you like an invisible boost because it's just familiarity makes a big difference.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, whatever happened to I want to call them Mad Phoenix.
Alliance?
No, well.
Oh.
I was gonna say Mouse Sports there, but they're in that event.
Oh yeah, Mouse Sports. They're still same roster.
Oh yeah,
I think they've hit like 2 years now, or almost not 2 years, like a year and a half, I think.
Yeah, they play. I just mentioned. Okay, they don't play until tomorrow though. I'm looking at the schedule now that I have. Okay, so they play 5 ANC tomorrow for their match. That's right. Yeah, Alliance though. I'm a little surprised they're not in this, but I guess a little bit too late. But I'm excited for that new Alliance roster.
Yeah, they are in WESG, right? Like, did they qualify or no?
I believe so. They got to the next stage at least, whatever that is. Yeah. I do remember hearing about that though. Yeah, and that was before like the roster like was 100% officialized, I think too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I believe they qualify for that. I'm actually trying to find it. I don't. Where the hell? Like
you sure it's not just an announcement of an announcement?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. No, but I'm excited for them. Obviously you got noticeable players and Sandy Mickey especially, but noticeable for me. I know there's a guy named Loda on that team as well that people recognize.
But rings a bell, but I don't know. It's been so long.
Maybe you've heard of him once or twice. Yeah.
Possibly.
But no, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do. I don't know if I'd definitely put them top 5 yet by any means, but excited to see the progression. As we mentioned, there's still a lot of Dota to come this season, so a lot of room to make up. All right, here we go though. Enough rambling on. We got a game number 3 here, Vega Squadron versus HFZ. As Gyrocopter is heading towards the bottom lane. 4-man HFC group up over here. See if they make a play, although no, Winter Wyvern's just going to camp middle. But this is pretty much the meta now. I remember when this change first happened with the whole bounty runes and TPs and everything, we were seeing like the mid-hero even pass up, getting the bounty runes and just giving it to the offlaner, but now the mid lane picks it up. You have the block from the support.
Yeah, it's because the TP cooldown with your free TP got increased by like 5 or 10 seconds. Because that's why I was like, no, screw you. Stop getting everything. You guys need to give something up. And so now you give up your potential to challenge pretty much because like Wyvern's not going to be able to show up to any fights. You're basically doubling down on either giving up a bounty rune or they're not going to come fight. So you can get the block off.
All right, I may have forgotten OG. About the European teams.
Oh, they're in the EU qualifier?
No, they're a team in Europe though. And when I was listening out, top teams
right.
in Europe, maybe overlooked them a little. Okay, so I knew there was one I was missing. Anyways, point still stands. All right, middle lane. Rubik lifts up Rasta over the ledge, actually, allowing Shush to chase after him a little bit. Got the Arctic Burn from Wyvern. All of a sudden, all the heroes are here. Even Elder Titan assisting with the Spirit, but no kills ultimately happening. Elder Titan will even have the pull along with it back to the top lane. This is going to be a busy middle lane, though, between these two teams. Undying, spamming that decay, as we saw in the previous series as well. Good for that.
Yeah, I don't think there's like any level in which you're confident leaving either of these heroes alone. Like, Rubik doesn't really want to let PL go until he's maybe like level 4, which isn't going to happen for a while. And I don't really think Undying is interested in leaving Tinker alone anytime soon, so it's going to be a lot of action here as now Telekinesis lift. He has another decay, though. Yep.
Yeah, it goes back to, it's like you think, okay, we can make a plan on, and then you realize he has 1,000+ lives.
Yeah. Although, Shush made the right call getting a wand straight out of the base. He has 7 wand charges.
Oh, yeah.
And you see how much he's healing off of this. Oh, wow. Man, the damage, but the wand saves him.
The wand actually saved
him. Now look at this
him,
maximum efficiency salve. Look at that, 420 HP easy. Just look at half the duration of the salve left.
That's true. That's pretty fun. Oh, whoa. Okay.
Rasta. Okay.
On the Rasta roam. That with the Wraith King. They do have a fair amount of lockdown, so It's understandable they killed the other Titan, but caught up enjoying the entertainment of what's going on middle lane to catch that, unfortunately. Bounty rune stolen by, I believe it was stolen by, oh no, actually Elder Titan got it, so Rasta actually ended up TPing out as he went for the steal himself, but unable to get there. So at least Elder Titan gets a couple of bounty runes
So fast.
as he comes back.
Yeah. The most important thing whenever you die is just make sure you don't die when a creep wave is like right next to you. If you're gonna die, then hopefully you're like invading or trying to get bounty runes or something like that, because then you can just TP right back and you don't really lose any experience. These days, it's all about offlaners. Like in the previous patch with the poor man's shield and all that business, it was like offlaners just bullying the safe laners relentlessly. But now the tides have turned again as yet another kill on the mid lane. This time on the Undying.
Yeah, they actually take out Undying, I swear. I'm just making a point to miss the kills this game, guys. Maybe we'll catch the top one. Elder Titan, he's in a lot of trouble. Wraithfire Blast, another 2 seconds. Going to go into the trees, and thus he'll live. And they did not want to dive too deep. The sleep comes out of Shadow Shaman. No turn kill, though. Yeah, it wasn't worth the dive. That could have got a little hairy. They went for it. So no kill there at the top lane. Yeah, they killed Undying. Went for the middle lane. Just as we're getting finished talking about how he's going to be difficult to kill for the obvious reasons of the decay spam. And hell, he even has Rip that he got at level 2. Managed to make it happen, though. So well played there.
Meanwhile, bot lane, we've got Puck versus Gyrocopter with a Wyvern roaming around for whatever she can do. But it's a pretty even matchup. I don't hopefully expect either of these heroes to die. If anyone gets the kill, it's going to be the Puck onto the Gyrocopter, but I don't imagine that happening until Puck hits level 6.
Wraith King is getting some free farm up here. Getting the kill even on top of that, and actually going to go very aggressive with that Wraithfire Blast. Run out the Elder Titan. He's not afraid. He's got 3 charges of the Skeletons here that he can use in the future. What do we expect to see on Wraith King for build? Is this a Midas? Is this a Radiance game? I mean, what's the build, you think? Echo Saber?
Echo Saber or Armlet. I think both of those are choices now. Again, on the mid lane, Slayer getting really low, but the Soul Rip going to help him out.
I see this time he is a little bit too taken. The decay turn helps to finish off Rubik with G. Getting that laser and rocket in there, so.
Denied.
Nice turn kill. That was a 3 versus 2. Worked out for the 2. Rubik will TP back in.
Like I said, no one's really interested in leaving the mid lane anytime soon. Neither of the cores have really gotten any items, and G's going to be going straight for BOTs, not even bothering with the Soul Ring, which I think is fine.
Yeah, I guess he does have the bottle here. It's obviously helping with the regional currently empty.
Yeah, well, in this situation, I think the bottle is just, he's going to get it filled up by Undying. You can't really afford to miss experience for going for runes, and runes aren't really that valuable for him, and yeah, he's going to give his bottle to Undying, take 1 charge, and then give the bottle right back.
Alright, going after Phantom Lancer. Nope. Just continues the harassment there. Rubik thinking about where he wants to end up. Hanging on nearby. He is currently just out of vision. PL. Having to play it safe. Falling back. Almost level 4. Meanwhile, though, bottom lane. Gyrocopter. Level 5.5 is CS 31-9. You got Puck at 24-6. So Puck's not doing too shabby either. He's level 5.5. Actually has
Definitely getting
treads.
a lot more than Hakan is struggling. I mean, he's getting levels, which I get is the most important thing, especially for an ET. You don't really need farm.
I think not.
Phantom Lancer using that doppelganger. Now the lasers we're talking about, but yeah, Wraith King, speaking of free farm, both the cores essentially doing that, and Wraith King no different. And he does have the armlet now toggled up. Middle lane, Rubik is dead. Laser rocket too much, especially with some decays perhaps on top. In fact,
can't
look at
kill
that rip.
Slayer. He's got 9 stick charges, 10 stick charges, decay.
He's good. He's going to live for now. Phantom Lancer wants to chase, but maybe that's going to be a mistake of his. Oh, no. Spirit Lance, he'll just continue harassing. The sleep hits actually Tinker's in trouble.
There's a Fade Bolt, level 2.
They got it. Oh, the doppelganger.
Oh, nice dodge.
Oh, he's dead.
He's still going to die to a tower.
Oh, the wand. He just had enough wand.
Last second.
Oh, boy. And now Rasta.
Now, Aloha.
Okay.
Denied.
At least he gets denied by Roshan, but that was a big kill on Tinker and also keeping Phantom Lancer alive.
It's true.
Took a nice
But
round.
Wraith King is now a pusher. He's been getting a lot of crits, and these 3 skeletons normally would give this Elder Titan a lot of plus damage, but if he
Radiant's
leaves to
top
go protect the
tower
mid
has
lane, that
fallen.
means that Wraith can get a free push.
He even kills his own skeleton right there, but yeah, really pushing the top lane indeed. Already the tier 1 going down, has that ballista still to work with. So you see Elder Titan, the Astral Spirit comes out and gets the plus damage. But
Yeah, he's sitting on his reincarnation skill point also, because like he feels pretty confident moving up this aggressively, because if the Radiant team wants to commit the effort to try and kill him, it's going to take a while. So he ends up skilling up the reincarnation now that the tier 1 has gone down, and he's doing well enough that he could just go straight for the Radiance or Midas, but yeah, he's going to go for the armlet instead.
and the fact that he's pushing up this far, this early on in the game, not often you see this. And if you're the Radiant team, you think they should be addressing this somehow? I mean, rotations going over there, or can they just not deal with it?
They should be if they had different heroes, but with the heroes that they have, they can't do anything, because like Gyrocopter's the only hero who can really do anything, and if you leave Puck alone, then Blizzy's gonna get way more done than you will if you just go up against this Wraith King. And so ideally, yeah, you do something as now bot lane Slayer.
Yeah, this is interesting. Slayer's actually going to go down, but so does Winter Wyvern, though, so it ends up being the 1-for-1. Winter Wyvern, that was all because they were really running after the bounty rune.
Yeah, all that chaos just for
Yeah.
like 75 gold.
I don't know about that in the end, but yeah, he didn't even get it, actually. I think he actually missed it. He thought he got it. He did one of those stutter steps, turned the other direction, and I realized he didn't. Went to go back, and it was just crazy at that point, so. But good job by Puck picking it up right there. And Tinker, those bots are just about finished. Needs 2,000, has 1860 or so. 1,900 now. There you go. I missed that last hit, unfortunately. But laser not strong enough. There's some aggressive
Yeah,
vision from Rubik.
Although it doesn't block anything, but it will spot whenever Tinker's around here. And these days, Tinkers, like, they do like to stack, but it's more about getting yourself into that, like, perfect area that you can march down both the Ancients and these 2 jungle camps all at the same time. And so getting that vision means that you're able to contest it, even if you're not blocking it.
There's the bots delivered. Bottom lane, Wyvern. He'll find the Puck. Puck, or did he find Wyvern? Puck's not going to fight, especially into the Gyrocopter there. Who's going actually the homing missile build without the
Radiant's
rocket
top tower
barrage.
is under attack.
Passing up rocket barrage completely.
Yeah, it's actually kind of weird. Especially because you're going up against a Puck who can easily phase shift the homing missile at any given moment. I mean, granted, rocket barrage is equally useless, but rocket barrage is a little bit more useful against a Wraith King than the homing missile would be, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you figure for like just farming in general, right? Rocket barrage is going to be better value
also
there
true.
too. So the fact that he's just kind of free farming, you'd figure it'd be QE if anything. Maybe the 1-point homing missile, but yeah, this suggests that he wants to maybe start fighting sooner than later. And you know what? He is going drums first. So
Dire's middle
just
tower
noticing that
is
actually,
under
passing
attack.
up the Mask of Madness.
Yeah, it's a good point, but I don't know if it's the right call because he's not free farming nearly as much as this Wraith King is. This Wraith King has nearly a 1k net worth advantage on top of this Gyro. And part of that is because of the tower, because Wraith King was able to successfully take down that tier 1 tower. But if you're both going for mid-game power, Palantimos already has his armlet completed, and you're still working to finish off your drums.
Oh, Mariachi doing what he can to make that the case. Finish off the drums
Top
ASAP.
lane.
What's going on here?
Trying to
Middle lane,
home in
Slayer.
on the
Nice
con. Oh, he gets out.
Sleep into the port. Yeah, he's good. Now, I was watching middle lane also. They were diving, actually. Ush was diving Tinker. Not enough, however. Or that was
He
undone.
does have BOTs completed.
Yep, and now that Soul Ring.
Dire's
gonna be
bottom
happening as
tower
well.
is under attack.
And then it's the
Dire's
blink after
structures
that.
are
I'm sure we'll
fortified.
see.
Radiant's top tower is
Tinker,
under
of
attack.
course. And then from there, it starts to get a little bit different from game to game. That's kind of the core, though.
Yeah. I would think
Dire's
Aghanim
bottom
Scepter is the
tower
idea
is
against a
under
Phantom
attack.
Lancer.
Radiant are scanning.
And obviously a Gyrocopter as well, if you can get that blind on him, regardless if it bounces or if it's directly cast. So I think either of those are good. He could go for something like a Lincoln Sphere if he wants to play it super defensively and go for the late game to make sure that he can just farm unimpeded without really ever being concerned. But I think Aghanim Scepter is probably the play.
Wraith King, meanwhile, 750 gold saved up. He's pushing out the top lane, with that armlet toggled, and there can go the roster wars. This is a tier 2 tower. He might be able to get it because what's going on over here? They're fighting actually. Call down activated. Slayer in the midst of it puts the rip out. A lot of creeps nearby. Pops his A-bomb for him. Okay, the flesh golem, and now they're going for the turn kill, at least on the Rubik. The Dream Coil with the waning rift. Yeah, the decay just doing so much, making that kill pretty easy. In top lane, they did get the tower. That was Rasta getting credit for it, of course. With
Yeah, now Rasta's on the run. If Mariachi can get this homing missile, which he does. Aloha Dance has a lot of time to consider shopping. Puts out his raindrop. He really wants that blink dagger, so I respect that. Maybe buy TP or two.
Yeah, or just keep running. Survive. No, he doesn't have hex.
Oh, come on, he lost like 100 gold. He could have bought like 2 TP. He bought his wand after he died. GG. Sorry.
Radiant's bottom tower
Inefficient
is under
plays.
attack.
Blink dagger completed on Puck, so
Guards are scanning.
Blizz is going to be able to do a lot of initiation. Vega Squadron are getting so much done right now. It's ridiculous. They've already taken now 3 towers
Radiant's bottom
in the
tower
first
has
13
fallen.
minutes, and Tinker hasn't even really gotten into the game yet. Even it's all just this Wraith King. Now another fight as they see Slayer walking
Radiant's
away.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's actually Vega Squadron, though. They're the ones that are going to be ready, it seems like, especially with Puck with this blink. Dream Coil up in 3 seconds. Oh, you know he's going. Yep, going to be going in on top of Phantom Lancer, actually. Can't doppelganger just yet because of the silence going to be locked in by the shackles. Winter's Curse will allow him to do so, though. He gets stunned still after. Barely enough with the Wraithfire Blast, and they secure the kill. The Tombstone's put down. The Earth Splitter in the midst of it from the Radiant side is not going to necessarily connect the most, though. And everyone else will walk away from
Dire's top
Vega.
tower is under attack.
PL's dead. Turns into a
Radiant's
middle push,
bottom
most
tower
likely.
is under attack.
And Wraith King still has that reincarnate, worst case here.
Yeah, he's about to hit level 12 also. If he doesn't have to cast it until level 12, that would be sweet.
That would be the dream. And Gyro
And now he's going for the Radiance. Well,
Is he? So he finally decided? Okay.
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see if he goes for it, but he's got a relic money. And he's gonna go in on Gyrocopter.
Oh yeah, he doesn't care about the call down. He's like, I'll tank it. Even if I die, not a big deal. So the homing missile. Nope. And thus Gyrocopter will be fine. Unless Puck. Ooh. Really going in there. Can't chase him enough though. But I was gonna mention Gyrocopter, a hero that wasn't there involved in the last fight, and I know it kind of happened pretty quickly. Maybe he just TP'd to the top lane or something, but yeah, he has those drums. It goes back to that. It's like, ideally, he wants to be involved in those fights with the build that he has here. Fortunately, wasn't able to, so. Falling further and further behind is HFZ. Vega Squadron, 5,000 net worth lead. And this Tinker blink is almost finished.
Not the HFC that we saw in game 1 and 2. Their laning phase is, like, at least it was even in the previous series. It's now almost getting the silence off on Phantom Lancer before he doppelgangers out, but he gets out. And Winter's Curse is available if he wants to use it.
There you go. Beat down the Puck. Buy some time. Call down coming down. Flesh Golem active, though. Slayer looking to turn. Rips himself with the heel. Shackles locking on Ush. They eventually get the kill. They lose two in the process, though. The Earth Splitter. On top of that, doing some damage. Palantimos? Anyways, Wraith King will go in, and eventually the Reincarnate going to be popped. Did he get level 2 of it? Yes, he did. And so a little bit less of a cooldown, and that's a big crit off the bat on a Winter Wyvern. Tinker will help clean up. Elder Titan just has to run.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Palantimos. One name to say on the fly.
Palantimos.
You know, that's why I got to say it like that. Palantimos. There you go.
Palantimos.
It just sounds so natural now.
It does, doesn't it? Sounds like Spanish almost. I don't think he's a Spanish player though.
So, it sounds like Greek actually. Palantimos.
Oh, that's true actually.
I would believe that.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower.
Well, they deny
has
the middle
been
tower
denied.
at least. Another victory though for Vega Squadron. In
This
that
Vega
fight.
team is so hard to fight into. Like, not only are they extremely mobile, but well, it's namely Puck that's mobile, but they have so much sustain. You've got the Vampiric Aura from the Wraith King. You've got Soul Rip and Decay from the Undying. It's so risky to be able to like go into a fight because Vega Squadron can turn it around so quickly. And you know that Winter's Curse was good, but you can't finish off the Puck easily because immediate phase shift into Illusory Orb means that Puck's gonna get out, and then immediate decay into Soul Rip means that Undying's gonna gain back a ton of HP all of a sudden.
Diffusal Blade, finished by Phantom Lancer. They smoke up as 4. Gyrocopter not with them. If they
40
can find
seconds on
Wraith King though,
reincarnation. Yeah, they could find him.
They
He's
have
right
a
next to the
shrine.
though, so they can.
little dangerous. Oh, the Wraithfire
like
Blast from
it.
Rubik to open. They pop the Shrine, though, and he's going to live. And here comes some turn. The Air Splitter doing a bit of damage, though, as he say that. Rasta, he's going to take the Winter's Curse on himself. He's dying to some damage from his teammates. Phantom Lancer's already picked off, though. The Ryu will eventually fall. He got down the wards, however, but they lose Tinker in the midst of it, as well as the Wraith King. And the Flesh Golem active, but Blizzy's going to come try to clean up now. He picks off Gyrocopter. He wants more.
He has a Blink Dagger.
And
he
has
won't
the
have any
Veil.
spells, but he's still going to go for it.
He has a Veil and an Illusory Orb. I doesn't even use the Veil, but Waning Rift is enough.
May you ride on nether zephyrs.
It's a double kill. All right.
Yeah, Blizzy's definitely happy with that. The Tinker, I'm sure G is pretty bitter that he went down because in a fight in that area, you should be able to find some area to keep yourself safe as a Tinker, like go up on the cliff or go up on the high ground with the stairs, but somehow G ended up in the midst of that fight and went down, but still, Puck got a lot of gold, and Phantom Lancer and Gyrocopter both went down for HFZ.
Elder Titan, his own drum's now finished. Yes, he's got the 6 charges ready to go, so that continues to be a theme today especially. I'm sure just in general recently. G. Yep. March of the Machines. Kaya is queued up here, so yeah, I'm going to see the Kaya follow up.
As now they TP to the top lane. Wyvern. Oh, nice curse.
He's going to actually escape for now. Will it be enough in the end? Yes, it will. Puck's not enough mana. Does not want to overcommit. Curse actually saves him. Has an embrace if he needed it, but he's just going to walk back to base instead, of course. So, but Wraith King, that Radiance getting very close. Sacred Relic already purchased, so already dealing that much more damage.
Yeah,
And
I think it's a
Reincarnate.
smart pickup. If you can provide mischance on these illusions, that means that there's a little bit less of a probability of getting mana burned by the diffusal. And then, obviously, if you're able to just interfere with Gyrocopter's attacks in general, and it does a lot of damage,
Dire's
just
middle
as a
tower
whole.
is under attack.
Rubik trying to go for a blink of his own. 1,000 gold saved up. Technically playing this 4 position, so it is possible. I haven't necessarily been noticing what he's been able to steal too much this game, but keep an eye on that. I know we mentioned this in an earlier series, but we happen to see the same duo of heroes, you know, the idea of the Rasta and the Undying together. So if Vega Squadron, ideally if a fight breaks out, they want to have it around their tombstone, you know, the Rasta ward. So if you're HFZ, keeping that in mind, perhaps trying to pick your fights a little bit cleaner as a result of that. Some
Yeah, which
abilities
I like their move into the dire jungle going in for the Wraith King next to his shrine. Like, oftentimes next to your shrine, you're like, I don't know about going for a fight like this, but it was worth a shot. It still did not go as well as it could have, but that's the kind of fights that they need to create against Vega Squadron, because like you said, if Vega gets to determine where and when
Dire's middle tower
a team
is
fight's going
under
to take
attack.
place, then you're going to die to Rasta Wards and Tombstone, almost certainly.
Wraith King, he does have his Radiance now finished.
Dire's
Patterns
top
coming
tower
out.
is under attack.
Going to be delivered to him. They're hunting for the Wraith King turn. They think he might be jungling over here, but we realize it's not the case. Instead, Gyrocopter already ports out bottom lane. They know they need to defend down here. But Puck, he'll just push out the last bit of it. And he's going to start to fall back now. So good distraction coming out from Vega Squadron. Really has a team, although Puck
Dire's top tower is under
still needs
attack.
to be a little bit careful. Doesn't have his
Yeah,
Zeals just
Vega
yet.
does not know where they are right now, and that's why they're going in on PL. And they're going to get the kill.
Wow, with the Veil on top of that. Nice sleep, though, on top of the Earth Splitter. Winter's Curse, however,
no,
it will
the
pull him
curse.
in. Maybe that'll help. G does go down. The phase shift is going to delay the inevitable, though, for Puck. So the Curse ended up not being too bad, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they thought that Puck was about to phase shift or something, but that curse, like, canceled out the Earth Splitter entirely, but I guess it's not that big of a deal. They were able to get both kills, but Phantom Lancer does go down, but you're still very happy if you got that as HFZ, because both of those heroes are higher net worth than your PL by a long shot.
Oh, yeah.
PL only has 6.5k net worth, Puck has 9k, and Tinker has 10k.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Peel really isn't farming the best. I thought he actually wasn't doing too bad, but from that perspective, not so much. Caught
Radiant's top
to get away. The
tower
Raw
is
Swords
under
and the
attack.
Tombstone are down. Talked about that plenty. Not a fight you want to take. They even fall back from their own tier 3 tower, but realizing now that, okay, maybe they can make something happen. Doppelganger forward. Phantom Lancer's trying to maybe catch some of the stragglers, whatever, you know the word I was looking for. Anyways, they get away.
Strugglers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wraith King bottom lane, pushing it out now. Has that Radiance. We haven't seen him fight yet with the Radiance against them, but obviously that's going to be coming. And now the Blink is queued up for his own source of initiation.
Yeah, he's just gonna go face first in these fights. Either you focus your damage onto the Wraith King and try to burn him through this Radiance, or you focus your damage elsewhere to try to kill the Tinker and just
Radiant's bottom
get
tower
right-clicked
is under
down
attack.
by the Wraith King. So it's getting difficult for HFZ, but they're still absolutely in it. As we saw in Game 1, I mean Game 2, the Gyrocopter can come back given some
Radiant's
terrible
middle tower
odds.
is under attack.
Smart money.
Well, you got Wraith King here, pushing up with the Rasta.
Shaman has a blink. They could go for this.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
they're definitely going for this. Although, yeah,
Although.
Wraith King a little bit slower to get there. Tinker even coming in and gets the big crit that he was hoping for, and eventually able to cut down on
Oh
a
man,
Titan.
Rasta gets out. Wow.
Wraith King is
Can
going to be
you
able to
kill him
reincarnate.
twice?
You're going to have to deal with the Dream Coil, though. Blizzy making this difficult. Palantimos comes back up with the Wraith Fire Blast in the face of Gyrocopter. Call down. Slowing things down a bit,
PL.
but they pick up PL, and they got the kill on Gyrocopter still. Yeah, Tinker from a distance, just spamming the rockets. Blizzy also doing work.
Radiant structures
Wraith
are
King maybe
fortified.
was getting kited a fair amount there, but he had plenty of supporting cast nearby to take care of it. That's a 5 for nothing. Wow. Just clean them up. 5 for 1, kind of.
Radiant's
The Wraith
middle
King
tower
dying the one
has
time, but
fallen.
he has that neat
Radiant's
ability.
middle tower is under attack.
Phantom Lancer wants to fight so bad, but you're too underfarmed. Like, it's such a difficult situation. He's going for a BKB after this, but
Radiant's middle tower
if you
has
have to get a
fallen.
BKB as your second item as Phantom Lancer, you've picked the wrong hero.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks.
So
has
easy
fallen.
racks going down, at least the melee racks. The range racks is going to fall here. The Rasta
Radiant's
wards.
middle barracks has fallen.
And that'll be the end of that. So Vega Squadron definitely one of our more dominant victory, or not a victory yet, but one of our more dominant games. That we
Yeah,
have
this is
from
the
one
Vega that
team.
we expected to see at the beginning of the series, that's for sure.
Yeah, he goes back to that idea. And Wraith King actually just says, you know what, I don't need a blink. Or actually, did he get it? No, okay, the gem's coming out. It doesn't need a blink. He's just going to go for an... Oh, no, maybe not. Well, he was thinking about going an AC, and now he's back to blink, so... Struggling on what he truly wants to get here. Can see it either way, though. Shadow Shaman has an Ags in mind. I can definitely see that. Especially playing position 4. Getting some decent farm. BKB almost finished on Gyrocopter, meanwhile. Just needs the pattern. And BKB will definitely be a nice tool for him to have.
Oh.
Phantom Lancer.
Phantom Lancer. Poor
What?
guy, man.
Oh, he just got owned by Tinker, I guess. Oh, Tinker's going to be slept.
Oh. Yeah, he's not going to get out of
Splitter,
this.
he's dead.
I can't take much more of this.
So it's 910 gold for the Tinker, 411 gold for the Phantom Lancer.
Wow. That's a little
It's all
bit.
good, though. You made space for the Roche.
All right, yeah, so the Roshan easily going down in return.
Roshan
Overall,
has fallen to the
win you could say for Vega. And there's some
Man, and now
Aegis.
Wraith King's almost as level 18 ult, so potential for 4 lives, but definitely at least 3 lives in the next fight.
Shrine is under attack.
Oh yeah, with the Aegis and that 40-second cooldown reincarnate. And then of course level 20 we've talked about, that's an important mark for him. I assume
Which,
he's going to be
honestly,
going it.
he may, but Phantom Lancer is so far behind, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he went for the attack damage.
Radiant's top
But it's
shrine
like if
is
you
under
don't
attack.
do that and then the game starts
Yeah,
to get a
I
little
know,
bit out
and
of
then it gets to
hand.
like 40 minutes and you're like, what have I done?
Yeah, why was I so stupid?
Yeah.
The greed is real. No, it's
Yeah.
just the safer option. So, but definitely guess that he's going to go that route.
That should help.
HFC though, they're kind of reaching here. They got the Astral Spirit, scouting things out, and gonna throw the stomp right after the stomp. An immediate smoke from Vega. Want to fight into them now. See if they can catch up. Elder Titan does have a pipe finished. So nice mitigation for the team to work with, especially against a Tinker. Although Winter Wyvern, he'll be caught. Maybe not the best target if you're Vega Squadron, but it's something.
I like how ET has gone for the pipe, and yet Rubik has been staying on this offensive null field for like half the game.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I've been seeing a lot of them Rubiks just keep on offense here.
I know.
Rasta.
I mean, it feels good.
Oh, wow, he's going to get exploded on, and Earth Splitter in the midst of it. The BKB of Gyrocopter doing a bit of work right here. Puck's also pretty low. They got the pick onto Wraith King. Eventually going to come back up, though, of course, with the Reincarnate. He does have an Aegis after this, remember. So they're going to kill him a second time. He's going to pop back up. Tinker's back in. Puck is still alive as well. Lasers being thrown up on G.
Oh, jeez.
Wraith King doesn't want to fight this, though.
Tinker.
Can't.
He is nice Dream Coil, but they still get the kill.
Yeah, that they do. They run him down, but no. Wraith King's now coming back in, and yet nice line of sight from Rubik initially. You see the slow on a Wraith King.
Why did he drag him in?
Don't know why he did that. Kind of helped him out there.
Your last move.
I guess if anything,
Well,
he's like
pretty-
pulling him away from Phantom Lancer, but
It was pretty unfortunate for Vega Squadron. They did not expect the Shadow Shaman to get picked that quickly. They were just like, alright, it's cool. We're going to be able to plop down our Serpent Wards and then just back off. But instead, HFZ took the initiative, took down the Shadow Shaman, and then after that, Vega Squadron were just scrambling. But Wraith King does not die. He did not get his level 18 reincarnation, but he has it now. And only the Aegis ended up going down, so not that bad. For the cores, at least. Although Tinker did die, and G, again, is getting a little bit out of position for a Tinker who has a Blink Dagger against this HFZ team, because HFZ, they don't really have any Blink Daggers, so, I mean, oh, actually they do on Rubik, but still, Rubik, it shouldn't be that easy for a Tinker to get caught out.
seems like he should be able to be pretty slippery in these fights. Having the Nags now as well, so they added value there. So Vega Squadron gonna
Radiant's
regroup
bottom shrine is under attack.
and perhaps go for another push of sorts, although they won't have the Aegis this time. Wraith King, of course, being used in that last fight, but Reincarnate will be back up in about 15 seconds.
Don't mind if I do.
And then it'll be good to fight there. Puck, Dagon being delivered. Also has that Veil, as we've seen throughout this game.
Is under attack.
A level 1 Dagon, though. Being picked up, Rasta gets the Hex on a Phantom Lancer. Wards are put down. Flesh Golem activated. Going for the kill and Hush, but he's a little bit too far. Elder Titan throws out the Stomp. There's Splitter on a couple of heroes. Almost insta-kill Shadow Shaman in the back lines. Repealing himself from Slayer. Hope stay alive, so nobody dying out of all that, though.
Yeah, and Rust Wars were spent, so no push gonna come out of this. HFZ have the right idea. I mean, like we said earlier, they need to make sure that they take fights when Vega Squadron least expects it. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're not letting Rasta ever get close to their tier 3s. They're always cutting them off like at the last second before they're able to get the positioning that they want. And that means that G isn't able to get into position to lay down a bunch of marches. Wraithing isn't able to just wail on a tower behind a bunch of Serpent Wards. And this Puck isn't able to get initiation cleanly off. So HFZ are making all the right moves to stay in this game.
Stay in this game, stay in the series, stay in the tournament. That's what's on the line once again. Single elimination here for the CIS qualifiers. Let's stay alive and move on to a semifinal matchup against Empire. The victory earlier today, but right now Vega Squadron 14,000 net worth lead. Look at G right here. He's farming up the jungle here on the right-hand side pretty nicely, very efficiently. Well done. Getting very close to that scythe, and we know what a scythe on a Tinker can do. Extra lockdown and really keep somebody locked down inevitably.
Under attack.
Yeah, thankfully, Gyrocopter already has the BKB completed, so it's going to be fairly useful. And Scythe isn't really going to be that great against Phantom Lancer until you can identify the real one, but still a fantastic chain disable item. Though, both teams are just waiting for the next Roche right now. No vision yet, but you've still got a few more minutes before it can even potentially respawn. You got 2.5 minutes to plant down some vision and make sure you win that fight.
Yeah, looking at both teams' visions that they're working with, very defensive really, on either side. There's one aggressive ward up here that was just placed recently.
Top tower has fallen.
There's 340 remaining on it still, but over the top lane, but yeah, overall pretty defensive.
Yeah, and Puck has a gem, so if Blizzy ever decides to head up onto that top lane, they're going to find that and start clearing out whatever map control HFZ have.
Middle lane, smoke up. 4 of them at least. Tinker's not with them. Of course, he could join them at really any moment. The other 4 hunting for a kill. Radiance burn has been turned off, that is. So, Valentimos. Job there.
That's right. So the CPL.
Go for PL, got the Hex off. Wraithfire Blast Tinker coming in as well. Rockets, lasers, everything being used, the whole freaking sink. Not going to be enough, though, in the end. The roster wards put down.
Wards.
Yes, it will be. They barely finish him off. Rubik fights back, but Phantom Lancer, he cannot. He's dead for 55. Gyrocopter has a call down. He needs to use it just simply to kind of zone them out. There we go, uses it, but at what cost? He got a little bit too close, and he ends up tying the quick jump. They get the kill on a Wraith King, but he's got that nifty ability called Reincarnation. Comes right back up. Witcher's Curse also pretty nifty, almost killing Puck, and it will kill Puck, actually. He does not have a buyback for 75 seconds, but with Gyro and Phantom Lancer dead with no buyback themselves, that's going to easily be the bottom set of racks.
Yeah, Aghanim Scepter roster wards, way too much damage to deal with. Phantom Lancer was able to walk out of the Dream Coil with the BKB, but there's just too much physical damage coming out from the roster wards and the Wraith King, and that Curse ends up finishing off the Puck. Unfortunately, Winter's Curse does disable most passives, so there was no chance of Wraith King critting, and so Rubik knew that he had to go for the telekinesis to make sure that Puck couldn't get a phase shift off afterwards.
Double damage.
Now he sees Rasta. Well, he doesn't street. Oh! I can't believe Aloha dance reacted fast enough for that. That's crazy.
That, and then he shackles just long enough to buy time for his blink and actually get away. Well played there by the Ryu, aka Aloha dance. As nearby Wraith King finishing off the Ancients. Has that blink now. The AC. He is pretty hefty here. 17,000 plus net worth. Above him, though, is that Tinker. The Scythe, of course, picked up. Bots level 2 to be coming. Going to try to maybe go for a jump on Phantom Lancer. Yep, there's a Hex. And G just spamming the rockets. Shackle's on top of that. Winter's Curse maybe from Winter Wyvern. No, he's going to be sheeped up now by the Scythe. Auto attacks from Palantimos from the Wraith King. Trying to finish the job on a Phantom Lancer. Blizzy, he could do it too. Tombstone's even put down. Shush. He's tried his darnest. That wasn't going to work, though. Stay alive there. 50 seconds he's dead for. And the struggle just really continues for Phantom Lancer.
God,
I mean,
it's illusory orb speed.
Oh.
Veil, Dagon, Dream Coil, Snap. The pipe is doing a lot, but not enough.
Oh no. Wyvern, you just got yourself killed.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Trying to save his teammate, save your teammate Syndrome, kicking in.
GG.
And GG is called. So, anticlimactic finish of sorts, but really one that we saw coming for a bit here in this game number 3. Vega Squadron. A little bit too strong in the end, and similar to the previous series, the underdog team of sorts takes the first game. Ultimately, the bigger name team, the experienced team, you could say, does take the series, but really both series ended up being the distance and quite good in the end.
Yeah, it was actually even, like, the first game was a surprising victory from the underdog team, and then the second win was a narrow victory by the favorite team, and then the third win was just a stomp by the favorite team. And Vega Squadron will be facing up against Team Empire now in the semifinals of this StarLadder Season 4 qualifier.
All right, but that means our day will be coming to a conclusion here as far as our StarLadder I-League Star Series, StarLadder I-League Invitational season number. It's a lot of words.
It is.
The CIS qualifiers for this tournament that's happening.
That's the one.
For day number 1 coming to a conclusion. So, again, 2 teams eliminated, 2 teams moving on. We got Empire versus Vega Squadron, our first semifinal matchup set up. That's going to be fun. Our next one, we'll have to figure out starting tomorrow which teams will be matched up over there. Gambit
Esports versus M19, and then Namiga Gaming versus Team Spirit.
There you go. Should be a good day ahead of us. And that starts at the same time tomorrow, set to be 9 a.m. Eastern, or it's 1500 Central European Time. 2 best of 3s coming at you here on this stream. So as far as our coverage for CIS region, going to be wrapping things up. I believe South America qualifiers is supposed to be happening later on tonight on the same channel. So if you care to catch some of that action, then feel free to do so. But as far as CIS goes, wrapping it up, I'm Breaky CBK, joined by Tsunami. Tsunami, any shout-outs, any final words from yourself before we do?
No, I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing from CIS. I can't tell if the lower tier teams like, what was Best Breastomans and HFZ, HunkysFromZavod. I mean, they all played good, but I've casted a lot of Southeast Asia Dota, and the region always looks good within themselves, but then you like put them in an international setting, and then all of a sudden they fall to pieces a lot of the time. And so far, VP is trying to buck that trend. Kingwin was, Kingwin's EU, but Navi have been doing a little bit better. So CIS are trying to put themselves more on the map. And if your partners in the region are, taking games off of what we consider to be the favorites, then that's good because you're getting experience against teams that aren't necessarily tier 1, but still are playing good enough to give you a challenge.
Always a fun region, especially to cast, and so excited to get the opportunity to do these qualifiers here for the StarLadder I-League Invitational, season number 4. But wrapping up once again, have a good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then.